Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Maxime.
Me llamo Suji.
Soy canadiense de Montreal.
Soy tailandesa.
Yes, oh my god. Suji and I have never been to Spain. But to be honest, we have never been to Europe. I'm from Canada, she's from Thailand. We live in Thailand together with our 12 dogs, but we have never been anywhere in Europe.
Yo.
When we learned that you can go from one country to another, like from Spain to Portugal to France, without passing immigration and get in trouble, we were completely shocked because it's not something that we're used to in Asia or North America. So Ryan Shirley make amazing top place to visit in every country, and he did one about Spain that I wanted to react to today. So I think we're going to be quite jealous of what we're going to see because we might not have the money for a few years to go to Europe. So let's get started.
And I spent the last few years exploring the wonderful country of Spain, and I want to show you my favorite places. So here's my Spain
Whoa.
top 20.
Oh my.
Spain has to be one of my
my
all-time
God.
favorite countries. It's home to some of the world's most stunning landscapes, intriguing history, and pure Mediterranean vibes. I've been to Spain 3 times now, and I just can't get enough of this country. Let's start this video off at possibly my favorite island in the world, Mallorca.
Mallorca.
Huh?
Mallorca.
Where is Mallorca?
I mean, this is from Rafael Nadal is from there.
Oh.
I think it's an island separated, like on its own, separated. A little bit like Sicilia is separated from Italy. Like it's an island separated, but look at the road. It's kind of scary, no?
Yeah.
At possibly my favorite island in the world, Mallorca. When you think of a Mediterranean paradise, this is it. Mallorca is home to crystal clear water, windy roads, and some of the world's best cliff jumping spots. When I started solo traveling, this was the first place I went to, so it will forever have a special place in my heart. One of my favorite places in Mallorca is Cala Varquez. Now to get to Cala Varquez, you can walk down this long dirt road and make it down to the beach. Now you're going to be blown away by the beauty of this place. I mean, it literally has everything from sandy beaches to prime cliff jumping spots. The combination of white limestone, green vegetation, and crystal blue water makes for one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Now, when I was there, I did one of the biggest cliff jumps of my life, and I gained off this massive 60-foot arch. I mean, it was so freaking terrifying, but to this day, it's one of my all-time favorite travel memories. Another cool thing I did is me and my brother, we found these underwater caves, and we swam through them. I mean, I couldn't believe how clear this water was.
Do you want to do that?
No.
Most girl in Thailand, they cannot swim growing up, and I teach Suji, and to this day she's still afraid of swimming.
Especially when the water I cannot see below.
Yeah, well,
I'm scared.
to be fair, a lot of people are afraid of like things that they don't see below, like shark and things. But they still can swim, you know, like this.
Whatever.
You will not do that?
Maybe this one I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least like I can see clearly.
Yeah, I guess.
But still, what if I see some animal and then I'm not going to be able to escape?
Well, I think that it will not be open to the public if there was like dangerous. I don't think they have shark like in a lot of places in Europe like this.
It's my dream playground, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, on the other side of Mallorca, you can visit the famous road to Sa Calobra. Now, coming from the US, I'm used to wide roads and highways, so this blew my mind. Roads in Europe tend to be pretty skinny, but this was by far the most crazy road I've ever drove on. It was full of hairpin turns and loops that wind down the mountain. The surrounding area is absolutely gorgeous. And it just had massive mountains that lead down to the sea. I believe a lot of car commercials are filmed here, and I totally understand why.
Yeah.
I found a really cool lookout point to get a view of the road. When I was driving down it, I was just pretty terrified. There were some spots that only had
look.
car. Now you can take the road down to the cool lookout point to get a view of the road. When I was driving,
at least you have gargle, what they call gargle. Like you remember when we go to Laos, because Laos border Thailand, the road have nothing here.
Yeah.
And you can fall and there's a big bus and it's called the road of death. Because in Southeast Asia, a lot of roads, they don't have those gargle.
Yeah.
This is solid and it kind of protect you.
down it, I was just pretty terrified. There were some spots that only had enough room for one car. Now you can take the road down to the bottom and visit Torrent de Paris. It's this awesome beach between these two cliffs. I had just a good time chilling. I was just amazed by all the sailboats that were just vibing in the bay there. When I was there, I wish I would have stayed for sunset because I hear it's just incredible on that side of the island. Anyways, I can't recommend Mallorca enough. It's just an amazing place. Alright, so after Mallorca, we're going to go head to the Atlantic Ocean to visit the volcanic Canary Islands. Now, located off the coast of north and west.
That's considered Spain, but it's in Africa, see? Morocco, and it's there. called Canary Island.
Wow.
Yeah.
Western Africa. Canary Islands are home to some of the world's most unique landscapes.
Oh
You might
my
as well call them the
God.
Canary
What is-
Islands are
It looked like a volcano, but it's not. It's like the cloud because it's so high.
Yeah.
And there's people living there. I wonder, like, when there's a lot of flooding, what if it's dangerous for that? I don't know.
home to some of the world's most unique landscapes. You
Damn.
might as well call them the Hawaiian Islands of Europe because that's what they remind me of. The biggest and most populated island on the archipelago is called Tenerife. Now it looks like a prime location to film the next Jurassic
Wow.
Park film. I mean, it's just so crazy out there. One of the craziest places in Tenerife is the cliffs of Los Gigantes. They are these massive sheer cliff walls that rise 800 meters out of the ocean. I mean, I felt like I was going to see a flying dinosaur soaring over those cliffs. You can go venture to the windy roads of the Masca Gorge, or you can explore the incredible seaside views at Playa.
Look, living there, guys, how expensive it must be. You're literally living on a cliff.
Yeah.
And the road kind of passed through you can see here, the road kind of passed through the town. And they just built houses around that. Yeah, like he said, I feel like it's the kind of place that you film movie, you know?
And
It's-
look at that, they're all white.
Yeah, the houses
Right.
are kind of white with some of red too. Come on. We have 12 dogs, so it is what it is. Okay.
Can't get over how beautiful this place is. Now, you can also head over to the nearby island of Fuerteventura. Being the second
Really?
largest of the Canary Islands, Fuerteventura also offers some
look
jaw-dropping
hot.
landscapes. The Playa de Cofete is an incredible isolated beach with a backdrop of desolate mountains. One of my favorite places is the Parque Natural de Corralejo. It's home to a pristine area that has sand dunes that go right up to the ocean. I mean, just how freaking cool is that? Fuerteventura is such a unique location. Aside from Tenerife and
God.
Fuerteventura, the Canary Islands are also home to
doesn't
islands
look
such
like
as
a-
Lanza.
Didn't know that
Birds.
place that looked like the Badland in Australia. Place that looked like super deserty. Like no
Yeah.
sign of life. It's probably not that hot because of the water in proximity, right? They kind of have some water at least. It's not like completely dry for hour, I guess.
I'm curious, do they have any diamond?
You don't have it. You don't wearing enough right now.
It's fake.
Yes, please.
It's all fake.
Canaries are a place that I haven't visited yet, but you best believe I'm going there as soon as I can. After, we're going to head to northern Spain. Now, northern Spain is
Whoa.
such a stunning region. It's full of green scenery, huge mountains, and an incredible coastline. Now, one of the most impressive cities
Wow.
in northern Spain is Bilbao. Bilbao is a beautiful
Bilbao?
port city filled with stunning architecture and history.
What is that thing? What is that?
Look like a boat built with gold.
A boat built with gold? Maybe you're right.
Bilbao. Bilbao is a beautiful port city filled with stunning architecture and history.
God.
One of the crowning features of the city is the Guggenheim Museum. It's one of the most unique buildings I've ever seen. Now, just an hour's drive from Bilbao, you can visit the islet of Gaztelugatxe. Now, the first church was built on the island all the way back in the 10th century. If you visit, you'll have to walk up a narrow path of more than 200.
You know, some of these places, it remind me of like, you know, those castle.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to invade a place like this.
Yeah.
If you have someone important living there, and then you have the archer that show, it's hard to invade the top of the place like this.
True.
It's kind of
stairs. Now, you may recognize this island from Game of Thrones as Dragonstone.
Oh?
I mean, it's just such epic.
from
Really?
Game of Thrones.
This is real dragon stone.
Do you remember where from Game of Thrones?
Location. Hope y'all can check out. After, we're gonna head over to the nearby mountains of Picos de Europa. Now, located in northern Spain lies these crazy mountains that remind me a lot of the Dolomites. This is just another place that I haven't been yet, and I just want to go so freaking bad. One of the most crazy and impressive places is Naranjo de Bulnes. Oh, it's this massive rock tower that shoots straight out of the mountain.
Oh
I
my
mean, it's just so
God.
freaking epic. I mean, I can't believe it. The highest point in
Naranjo.
Picos de Europa
Like the singer Monica Naranjo. I just thought about that.
is Torre de Cerrero at an elevation of 2,650 meters. If you want to get lost in the mountains for a few days, you'll have to add Pico de Europa to your
Wow.
Spain travel list. After
See
we're
another
gonna-
city like earlier, but it's not like
You'll have to add
earlier. It was in the Gran Canary. You have it's looked like it's like down. You know, it's up around and then it's down.
They have a lot of mountain.
Yeah. I almost feel like historically, like it was a crater or something. It's like down, and everyone is living like in the middle like this. It's very
Go
interesting.
to Europa to your Spain travel list. After, we're going to visit the famous city of Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Now, when you think of Spain, this is what you probably imagine. Barcelona is home to incredible architecture, Mediterranean beaches, and an energetic vibe all around. The
Oh
most
my God.
iconic attraction
Whoa.
in Barcelona is La Sagrada Familia. It's this Roman Catholic minor basilica that began construction over 138 years ago, and it still
Whoa.
isn't finished. It's anticipated that
So I haven't
construction will be finished in 2026, but who knows? All I know
2026? This means that this is not gonna finish in 2026. The style look very like
Oh my god.
Harry Potter style. I don't know.
Oh,
Kind
like
of.
the detail of little by little.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Each thing have a lot of detail.
Yeah.
And you need to be up close to see the detail, I think, because from here it's kind of difficult.
anticipated that construction will be finished in 2026, but who knows?
Ah, look.
All I know is one of the most unique buildings in the world, and I still can't get my head around that it's been construction
Yeah.
since 1882. After Barcelona, we're going to head over to the nearby mountains of Montserrat. Now, it's just a quick hour train ride or drive from Barcelona, making it a perfect day trip. Now, Montserrat is really cool.
Montserrat, it sounds French. Mont is like up the hill in French. It kind of sounds French.
Really unique mountains.
Oh,
that give
look.
a-
I feel like they have a sculpture, not sculpture, but is it no, human didn't make that. But it feel like there's a head and the body.
Oh.
Like a head and the body, no?
Ah.
It feel like there's character inside those rocks or
view
something.
of all of Catalonia. Now, when you get there, you can go take a cable car
Wee.
up to the Abbey of Montserrat, which is a mountain monastery that offers some
Oh my
incredible
God.
views. Now, there's a ton of hiking trails that
So
lead you to
high.
religious relic around the mountains. Definitely do some hikes once you're up there. I mean, it's just such a unique location, and you know me, I like my rocks. This place has a bunch of them. After, we're going to visit the city of Zaragoza, now located about 3 hours drive from
Zaragoza.
Barcelona. Zaragoza is the 5th most populated city in Spain with a population of around 700,000. One of the most impressive features of the city is the Cathedral Basilica of Our Lady of the Pillar. It's believed
Wow.
that St. James was preaching the gospel in Spain around 40 AD when the Mother of God appeared to him on the banks of the river here and instructed him to build a church in her honor. Soon after, a little church was built, but this massive church you see today began construction in 1681 and took nearly 300 years to finish. I mean, I just can't believe how massive it is. Now, while we're still on the topic of St. James, we're going to head to northwestern Spain to visit Santiago de Compostela. Now, what's really cool
Oh.
about this city is it's the location of the shrine of the apostle St. James. Now, since the 9th century, there has been a Catholic pilgrimage route named the Camino de Santiago, or in English, the Way of St. James. During the Middle Ages, it was one of the most important Christian pilgrimages to do. The beginning of the pilgrimage begins at one's home and
Is it similar to le Chemin de la Compostelle? It's what I know the name in French, but I don't know if they're talking about that or not.
ends at the shrine. The route passes through some stunning towns such as Logrono or Astorga. A lot of people will walk it, or you can also cycle it. I mean, it just
Like you want to cleanse your mind, so you go into a pilgrimage where you just walk for like many days, 1 month, and there's maybe some checkpoint, but it's basically the goal is you need to walk and cleanse your mind.
trek to make one day. Now, afterwards, we're going to head over to the capital of Spain, Madrid.
Madrid.
Now, located in the center of the country, Madrid
Wow.
is a beautiful modern of Spain. Madrid. Now, located in the
What is that thing in the middle? It's like a hole again. Wow, this is so well designed. Are they apartment? All around like this. There's probably a name for that square.
It's not a castle?
You think so? I thought it's a series of apartment.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a castle. I don't
center
feel
of the
like
country,
it is.
Madrid is a beautiful modern city. The Plaza Mayor is
Playa.
a great place to visit and
Oh.
experience the heart of Madrid. The Royal Palace is another incredible spot. It's the official residence of the Spanish royal family, and it's the biggest palace in all of Europe. I just can't believe how big it is. After Madrid, we're going to head over to visit the nearby Alcázar de Segovia. Now, located in central Spain, about an hour's drive from Madrid, I have to say this is one of Spain's most dramatic castles. It has a very distinct shape that resembles the bow of a ship. The castle was built in the 12th century
Oh.
as a fortress, but served as a royal palace prison, and military academy throughout the years.
Whoa.
Today, it's a museum and one of Spain's most unique castles. After exploring the castle, we're going to visit nearby Toledo, located about 70 kilometers south of Madrid. Toledo is a stunning ancient city, perfectly placed on a hill. It's known as the city of three cultures due to its influences from Christians, Muslims, and Jews. The history of Toledo
Wow,
is fascinating and
it's
complex.
all the same color. When you
Yeah.
look at that picture, it looked like almost like it's kind of very interesting. Not
Look
used to
dry
like
though.
look dry. You think?
Influences
Because of the color, if I didn't think, I would think that like the red sand and everything we associated with like dryness, right? So it looked dry when you look, but I don't think Spain is known to be that dry. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't
from
know.
Christians, Muslims, and Jews. The history of Toledo is fascinating and complex. It was taken over by the Moors for several centuries until it was conquered in the 11th century by the Castilians. Today, the city has a population around 80,000. One of the most impressive is the Alcazar de Toledo. It was once used as a Roman palace, and then it was eventually restored in the 16th century. Another amazing city in Spain is Cordoba. It's home to more World Heritage sites than anywhere in the world, with 4. One of the coolest features of the city is the Mosque Cathedral of Cordoba. It's
Wow.
regarded as the most accomplished monument of Moorish architecture. It was finished in 746 AD, and it was converted to a Christian church in the 16th century. Another one of my favorite cities in Spain is Ronda. It's just a 2 hours drive from Cordoba,
Whoa.
and it's home to one of the most scenic bridges I've ever seen.
Wow.
Called Puente Nuevo. It was built in the 18th century to
I
cross
mean,
the
look at the guy living, and he has his own swimming pool too on the left. I mean, how many million does it cost to live there? Look at the view.
Oh my goodness, it's on the cliff.
Yeah.
El Tajo Gorge. It stands 120
so
meters over the
high.
canyon floor. I just can't get over the architecture of
Wow.
arches. What a
Oh.
beautiful spot. Now from Ronda, we're going to make the 2 hours drive to Granada, located
I'm
at the
gonna
base
go
of the
there
Sierra.
soon.
Where they filmed the TV show Memories of Alhambra. It's a TV show from Korea, and it's a very like kind of video game futuristic TV show.
Yeah.
And so that's why we know a little bit about Granada.
Nevada mountains. Granada is an elegant Spanish city. The crowning feature of Granada is the Alhambra. It's a fortified Moorish palace that was completed
Is this where the show is? More specifically in the Alhambra section or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
in
called.
that castle.
Yeah.
in 1354. The interior of this palace is stunning. There's a reflection pool and a pillared courtyard. I mean, I totally understand why it's one of the most renowned Islamic buildings in Europe. After Granada, we're going to head over to Seville. Now, as the capital of the Andalusia region in Spain, Seville is a very historic city where flamenco dancing was born. The
Oh.
Cathedral of Seville will blow your
really?
mind. It's one of the largest churches in the world, and it's the world's largest Gothic church.
Wow.
Another impressive site in the city includes the Plaza de España. It's a beautiful place that's the perfect combination of Baroque, Renaissance, and Moorish architecture. Afterwards, we're going to visit the nearby port city of Cadiz, now located on
Cadiz.
Spain's southern coast, about an hour's drive from Seville.
Oh, I just saw the Gibraltar.
And located
You know, it's almost touched Asia, right? Africa, right? But because the Gibraltar, what they call a strait, is so deep or something, they cannot create a bridge between Africa and Europe. So Europe doesn't touch Africa, but it could here because see how not far it is. It could touch, but because of the strait or whatever it's called, they cannot create any bridge or anything to go through because I think it's too deep or something.
Wow.
Or they would be able to.
on Spain's southern coast, about an
Correct me if
hour's
I'm wrong.
drive from Seville. Cadiz is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe, as it was founded by the Phoenicians over 3,000 years ago. And I just think it's such a beautiful city with its white buildings as they're placed
Oh,
perfectly on the
3,000
narrow
years
strip of
ago.
land. Now, after Cadiz, we're going to head
So
over
so many cities that like there's water literally like they're surrounded from every side almost by
Yeah.
water.
to the energetic city of Valencia. Now,
Valencia.
being Spain's third most populous city, Valencia is full of culture and history. It's located on Spain's southeastern coast. One of the most impressive attractions in Valencia
Wow.
is the City of Arts and Sciences. I mean, it's one of the most unique modern architectural structures that I've ever seen. Construction began in 1996 and it was inaugurated 9 years later. It was estimated that construction cost almost $1 billion. But anyways, you can go paddleboard on the water, or you can go watch a film in the IMAX theater there. I mean, the surrounding Science Museum Park is also a beautiful place to walk around and enjoy the beauty of Valencia. All right, so for my last location, we're going to head over to the wild island of Ibiza. Now, while
this one
Ibiza is known for crazy nightlife and party city, it also has some of the world's best beaches and cliff jumping. Me and my brother decided to go to Ibiza for Halloween because why not? Anyways, we spent the first few days exploring the island, and honestly,
No, see, it's interesting. A lot of the other islands that you speak about, they are known, but Ibiza is the one that, like in Canada, I think a lot of people go graduation or people when they're young to go party, to go celebrate something, they will go Ibiza if they go to
Really?
Spain. Yeah, a lot of them.
Huh.
I know that a lot of movies are from there also.
pretty disappointed because I couldn't find any really cool cliff jump spots. But on our last day, when we had just a few hours before our plane was about to take off, and we found this secluded cove, we hiked down and made sure the water was deep enough, and we found this perfect cliff, and I threw some jumps off, and then my brother did a wild double backflip off the cliff. One of my favorite places on Ibiza is this island called Isla de Esvedra. It's this rugged, uninhabited island that shoots over 400 meters straight out of the ocean. Now there's a lot of myths and legends about Esvedra, and some claim that it's the third most magnetic place in the world. I'm not sure if that's true. I just know that it's one of the most beautiful islands I've ever seen. You can rent a boat and go cruise around the island looking for some epic cliff jump spots, or just enjoy the beauty of this limestone island. Next time I'm in Ibiza, I'm going to make sure to go check out Esvedra and see if the myths and legends are true. Whether you want to go to Ibiza for cliff jumping or just partying with Kaigo, it's one of the most entertaining places to visit. Well, that is it for my Spain top.
There a place you want to go more? I know Granada, but
Yeah. Wanna go everywhere though, but cannot do extreme thing like that.
yeah, well, start by being able to go in the water without freaking out,
No.
and then you can jump.
I don't need to go in the water.
Well, if you go to Spain and don't go to the water, maybe.
I just gonna go breathe. Wait, what food? What
Ah.
what favorite food? What
paella?
famous food?
Yeah, just wasn't a video about food. I know paella. We don't have a lot of Spanish restaurant here in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of Mexican, but even though they speak Spanish, it's not the same at all. I know paella. I know a few dish, but I don't think I've ever had Spanish food, like proper Spanish food,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think the ingredient probably different too.
Yeah. Maybe we can go one day. Yeah. So thank you for the amazing suggestion. Please suggest us more video, and see you very soon.